All the tabletop role-playing news, we aim to amuse and we aim to enthuse. And Morrus's unofficial tabletop RPG
Hello, 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 and welcome to Morrus's unofficial tabletop RPG talk. I, Russ, aka Morrus, or Morrus, aka Russ, and with me this week is
Peter Coffey from the Southampton Guild of Roleplayers. Russ, server. I did something here.
But you know who's not here?
Oh, who's missing?
Well, actually, the list of who's not here is pretty long.
That is true.
It's about 9 billion people long.
That is true.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is there someone that should be on the list of people who are coming that is not here? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That, I suppose, would be more accurate.
Right. Well, I suppose we are at only 67% strength because we are sadly missing Jessica Hancock. To derive.
Yes. Yeah, Jess is away, and it's just us this week, but I'm sure we'll muddle on. It'll be fine. Nothing could possibly go wrong. I mean, it's a scientific fact that nothing has ever gone wrong in the history of the world ever, so we're probably fine.
Just check you are recording, right? You're laughing, right? I don't know why, but you track on, mate. You track on.
Right, should we make a podcast? Anyway, let's make a podcast.
Bold choice, sir. Bold choice.
Because we have news.
Yeah.
We have news. So I watched, have you checked it out yet? Secret Level on Amazon.
Yes.
So I've watched 3 episodes of it.
20 minutes ago.
Oh, right. Which ones have you watched?
Oh, there's multiple. I just watched Dungeons and Dragons one.
Oh, no, there's like 10 episodes.
Okay. Well, fair enough then.
Yeah, the D&D one's the first one, but there's 10 on there on Amazon. So I watched 3 of them. I didn't watch them in order. I just watched the ones with the names I recognised, basically. So I watched the D&D one.
Yeah.
I watched the Warhammer 40K one.
Oh, bless you. All right.
And I watched the Pac-Man one. That Pac-Man one that's something else. That is weird.
You have view upon Pac-Man. Okay. Well, I'd spoil it for people who haven't had a chance to watch it because it's not been out that long.
No, I won't spoil it. I'm just saying it is weird. It is something else. It is wow.
Yeah. All right.
But the D&D one was pretty good. I mean, they're like 15 minutes each. They're short.
Yeah.
Animated, obviously. But the animation style is like, doesn't, at least the ones I saw, don't do that sort of uncanny valley movement thing that I hate so much, which makes it really hard for me to watch animation. The movement seems reasonably okay.
Okay. Yeah. They got, so it's like their bodies are moving in a way which shouldn't make you go, ah.
Yeah. There's this weird way people run and walk and stuff in a lot of animated stuff. And it doesn't matter when it's like really low fidelity 80s cartoons because everything just looks cartoony. But when they're starting to approach attempts at sort of vague realism and movement and it's off, then the uncanny valley sets in, and then I'm like, that's not how people run. They don't bounce like that. They don't, yeah.
With you. Yeah. No, I know.
And it throws me right out.
Yeah. I guess that's why I sort of quite like stuff like Dandadan, because the movement is so fluid and natural looking. It's just the plot that is absolutely demented.
Yeah.
So that's good to know.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind it if like the style of it is so out there that the uncanny valley doesn't kick in.
Yeah. Look, they're not humans. I guess that's okay, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think it's I don't know, like there's like the Star Wars ones. I find hard from the way people run about and stuff because they do this quite sort of 3D modeling. I wouldn't say realistic because they're very angular, but they do this kind of 3D modeling sort of body hinged at every point thing, and it just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, no, that sounds super weird.
Yeah. Anyway, so I saw them. So I saw the D&D one, which was pretty good. I don't think it's a spoiler to say that Tiamat is in it because that's the trailer.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I quite enjoyed it.
They got nice bit of story in.
Yeah. I mean, these things are like snippets, aren't they? Because they're like 15 minutes. They're not entire stories. Yeah. They're like a part of an adventure.
I'm told that the secret level Warhammer 40K episode is good for really big dudes, slightly walking down environments, occasionally doing a jerky little motion that makes a guy explode into bloody splatter.
Yeah, well, that one and the pack one are both very gory.
Yeah, the pack is very gory.
I'm telling you, the Pac-Man is out there.
I was expecting exactly 50% of this, and I'll be honest, it wasn't Pac-Man being gory.
I'm not going to spoil it for you. You'll probably see it at some point, and you can tell me what you think. But the Pac-Man one is out there.
Wow. Okay.
So I watched those three anyway.
I thought that was an excellent review of 40K, and it's like, to be honest, why a lot of people got into it in the first place.
Yeah, four Space Marine power fantasy type things fighting off like hordes as they do a mission, basically.
Similar thing.
Yeah.
Let's focus on the important things. Which is why Death Watch is probably the best of the fantasy like games versions of the IP.
There is this one bit where a large vehicle crashes into one of the Space Marines and just bounces off. I was like, okay. I'm not that familiar with Warhammer 40K. I didn't realise they were quite that powerful, but still, okay.
Oh, dude. Smiley, yeah.
And it's gory as hell. But yeah, no, this whole series is definitely not aimed at kids.
Okay, animation for, let's be honest, kids' properties, right? Because like obviously they do cater to an adult audience, but the audience is often quite a lot of children.
Yeah, well, I suppose Pac-Man isn't really it's not a current thing, is it? Nobody plays Pac-Man now. So I guess the Pac-Man's really aimed at adults who remember it from when they were kids.
Nostalgia.
Yeah. No kids today play Pac-Man, do they? I mean, maybe they do. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm saying that. I don't know what kids play. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that on this podcast we have very little insight into minor children.
Yes, or Pac-Man for that matter.
Or Pac-Man, or animators who say, hey, you know what would be awesome? Pac-Man, but more blood. I'm like, wow, that I am actually.
I mean, Pac-Man with any blood, but
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Let's just say it's not cutesy.
Okay. just what we needed, Russ. A grimdark reboot.
Pac-Man. Yeah.
I mean,
I would be surprised if this actually turned into a new version of Pac-Man and they made a game.
Actually, thinking about it, don't didn't have any blood in.
Did it not?
Oh no, I think there was like a little tiny bit.
Right.
But like nothing I could describe as gore.
Oh, fair enough. I don't remember it well enough. I remember the dwarf going with like flash super speed stuff and
that's pretty cool. Yeah. I think it's definitely druid changing shapes and so cool. And the paladin did get stabbed. There was a little bit of blood there.
Dragons,
yeah. Not so much dungeons.
There's one dungeon, I suppose.
Did like the door.
Yeah, no, it was interesting. There's 10 episodes. It's on Amazon Prime.
It's no honour amongst thieves, but 15 minutes, what can you do? So yeah, quite liked it.
I'm probably only going to watch those 3 because I don't really know what the other 7 are, to be honest. I don't recognise the game names. So.
I will have to check it out. But just went to play there.
Yeah. Well, they're mainly video games. There's only Warhammer and D&D that are tabletop. Yeah, you might. I mean, you're more familiar with video games. You might at least know what they are, even if you didn't play them.
Sure. I might have heard them.
Yeah.
Our expertise in that matter. All right, cool.
But still. Yeah. Right. Okay. Back onto the sort of TTRPG stuff. That's what I was trying to say. So, elves, and elves.
Again, you have said things. I am taken for a curveball. Well, today, Russ. This is actually news to me, so I'm impressed.
Okay, so Free League.
Yes.
Their Lord of the Rings game. They've got 2 of them. They've got the One Ring and they've got Lord of the Rings Roleplaying.
Yeah.
The One Ring is a bespoke system. Lord of the Rings Roleplaying is 5e.
Yeah.
but they're basically two concurrent game lines running alongside each other, have released 2 books, which are essentially the same book, but with 2 different titles, one for each game line, so you don't get them confused. One is for the One Ring, the other's for 5e. And they're all about the elves of Middle-earth.
I'm sure this news is making some people very excited. Waving their money in the air, screaming, "Take my money freely, take it."
Well, their Middle-earth stuff is gorgeous. It really is.
Yeah.
So we've got Realms of the Three Kings, 3 rings. That does look like a K there. Realms of the 3 Rings is for the One Ring. And Keepers of the Elven Rings is for Lord of the Rings role-playing. They're essentially the same book, just the mechanical bits are different. But
makes sense of why they've got different. You can keep the lore the same, like the setting, the skin, if you will.
Exactly. Yeah.
The exact compatibility does differ.
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing that since they took over the Tolkien stuff from Cubicle 7, haven't they? They've split it into the 2 and just kind of every book they release 2 versions of it.
Which makes a lot of sense to me, and keeping the name separate as well is good. Are the covers suitably different?
Yeah, they've got different covers, different cover art. And yeah, so basically, both books have got the same chapters. So the first chapter is called Where the West Elves Still Linger, and this talks about Lorien, Rivendell, Linden, the Elf Lords, that sort of thing. So it's the setting lore stuff related to, yeah. And then we've got an adventure, it looks like. A dark adventure awaits. And we've got the details of Sauron's schemes against the immortal folk, including new events, enemies, and characters for the players to encounter, which sounds fun. And then we've got landmarks, which is basically 12 locations, sites of interest. And then we've got the rules of lordship, which is guidelines for creating and playing elf lords, which apparently have some sort of 10 level prestige class that you can take at level 10 to become an elf lord. In the 5e version, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, that's a choice.
Yeah. But, gorgeous as ever. You picked up the Moria book, didn't you? Last year? Yeah. Was it this year? Whatever it was.
Yes, earlier this year.
Was it as gorgeous as I hoped?
I'd have to look inside it to be able to.
You haven't opened it, oh dear.
Look, I've got a very small brain. I can run one campaign at a time.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I'm probably still going to pick that up at some point, just because Moria's like the OG dungeon, really, I think.
That was largely part of my thinking. So, yeah.
And it's got a Balrog in it.
Hard to argue.
Yeah, allegedly.
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to argue with Balrog. They definitely seem like they're not amenable to.
They're excellent debaters.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I like the little cloth map I got with it, which was probably about 45% of the reason why I got the book. Well,
yeah, that's the problem. Don't think I can get that separately, which is slightly annoying because I would really like that. But hey, what are you going to do? Nice map of Moria. Oh well. But yeah, I don't know. Lord of the Rings is now on D&D Beyond, so I imagine quite a lot more people are now being introduced to the 5e version of the One Ring at the moment.
Seems like a easy sell now. Okay.
Yeah,
because we're talking about the licensing issues that they're having a week, weren't we? So yeah, or potential licensing issues of which we've heard very little back.
So on my forum, one of the Free Leagues people posted in that thread about the D&D Beyond implementation, because several people asked what happens if Free League loses the license to the content on D&D Beyond, and they said it was their understanding that while Wizards of the Coast would no longer be able to sell the content on D&D Beyond, if you'd bought the content, you'd still have access to it.
Okay. So far from an official statement, but I guess that's what we got to do.
It's about as close as we're going to get to one, I guess.
I mean, I'm reading through the internet forums, and every so often a post pops up where someone says, "Damn, I wish I had bought X film or what have you or X book on a physical copy because I bought it in digital copy expecting to be able to keep hold of it because it said buy, and now it's gone. It's not available in my country."
Yeah. problem with physical things is I don't have any way to play them anymore, though. I don't have a DVD player. I don't have a Blu-ray player. My computer doesn't have any slots in it to put anything in it.
They stopped making Blu-ray players, apparently.
Have they?
Yeah. Like, they're like, oh, well, clearly nobody's going to be using Blu-ray players, and now they're getting rid. So, I don't know, I guess I'll have to get a PlayStation or something.
Is that the only way you can play a Blu-ray now? Via a console?
Well, don't ask me. I'm not, like, the person to ask about that sort of thing.
No, sorry, but...
I thought DVDs were good enough for me, because that's sort of Philistine. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't play it. If you handed me a DVD, I couldn't play it.
I found out that region-free DVD players are really cheap, like 40 quid or something.
Yeah.
Since when, back in the 2000s, they were like £200 plus.
Yeah.
If you were lucky, I didn't have that sort of money. It's like always just been an aspiration of mine.
Actually, I did see, you get those like lists of gadgets for Christmas sort of thing. I did see like a little DVD player, which was basically the size of a DVD.
Yeah.
Tiny little thing. And it was only like 20, it was only like 20 quid.
Oh, yeah. Like, I got like a DVD playing drive. Because,
yeah.
Again, I quite fancy playing some DVDs on my computers. But yeah, Region 3 one, it is for a TV. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you just plug it in via HDMI or something, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can connect it to your Wi-Fi network. Don't you even have to do that? I don't know.
That I don't know about. Again, my needs are met in the area. But yeah, no, it's a serious concern. People losing access to digital media when they pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing. It is a thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's a thing. I think it's just going to be the way of the world going forward now.
Maybe. I mean, it depends. Like, people get together and make a fuss. These things can change.
Yeah. I wonder if they offered you a downloadable option, so you could download the file and store it somewhere. But I guess they're worried about people distributing it then, I guess.
Well, it's like piracy is a knotty issue in some respects. I'm pretty much against it. I can see the argument that piracy does preserve digital archives when you've got careless people like at Warhammer.
Yeah. Well, just wish they come up with a legal way to do it. Yeah. And then, I don't know.
I'm told there's a thing called a Plex server, which is some sort of online thing that lets you do it.
Yeah, it's just a file server which is geared towards videos, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. You have hit the edges of my knowledge.
Yeah.
I should look at it.
It's like a pretty Dropbox or Google Drive, but geared around medias for the inbuilt players and just looks prettier. That's basically what it is.
I mean, physical storage media is like so cheap. You can get like terabytes on a thumb drive.
Yeah.
Like, what black magic is this? This is amazing.
Yeah, I don't really need it these days. Partly because most of my stuff is stored in the cloud.
Yeah.
Which, as you say, is a risky thing to do. Anyway, we're kind of like drifting a bit off RPGs, really, aren't we?
We are sounding in danger of sounding like old farts.
Yeah. But anyway, so that was Secret Level.
Yeah.
On Amazon Prime. But the other TV CTRPG related thing, although I suppose it's more sort of wargaming related, Henry Cavill's Warhammer 40K show, which has been sort of like talked about for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And the last I'd heard, I was under the impression it had kind of gone away, wasn't happening. But it's now happening. It's now officially a go at Amazon. So they acquired the rights 2 years ago to produce this show. And in the last 2 years, sort of Henry Cavill's kind of like mentioned it occasionally, but that's about all we've really heard. But they've actually announced that although there's no showrunner yet, the show is going to be co-produced by Vertigo Entertainment, and it is a go. Henry Cavill's Warhammer 40K show is a go. It is going to happen at Amazon. Exciting stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah. I mean, like Warhammer 40K, we mentioned it earlier because of the Secret Level thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not like super familiar with it, but it's got like multiple tabletop role-playing games associated with it. Like Dark Heresy, Rogue Trader, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's all done currently by Cubicle 7.
Yeah.
And of course, there's the tabletop war game, which is massive.
Yeah, it's Games Workshop.
Yeah.
Just recently on the FTSE 100.
Oh, okay.
They're they're making what we describe as an absolute ton of money. Yeah. We don't
Yeah,
know much about how this compares to the rest of the tabletop industry in the UK.
Yeah. But I'm interested. I'll probably give it a try. I'll probably watch it.
He is a massive fan. That's come across very clearly when he's just like supposed to be interviewing for something else and he's arranging his next battles on interviews.
Yeah.
Well, the man, he's got his priorities straight.
Well, yeah, no, he collects the miniatures, he paints them, he does the whole lot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally into it.
And he was very good in Witcher. So I'm like, okay, I can see how he could grimdark his way into the grimdarkness of the grimdark with the 41st grimdark.
So who or what would he play in it?
Oh, the obvious choice is Spaceman, but I think that'd be like a writing mistake.
Because then he'd just be covered in armor with a big helmet and you'd never see him.
Yeah, and it's just like, and also it's like, I mean, he has also been Superman, to be fair.
Mm-hmm. He has been a Superman.
But I think like maybe an Inquisitor or something, leaning into that whole dark heresy vibe for the investigation and the trying to work out what's going on before you sort of thing. I think that would have like a lot of things. But if you know what, if they would like to say take, I don't know, Ravner by Dan Abnett and just film that, I'd be like, yeah.
Well, my understanding of Warhammer 40K is it's like, it's basically like lore-wise as big as something like D&D. There's so many different stories or things, approaches you could take to it, which would make entirely different shows.
Oh, interesting. Not sure how to compare the two. I can say for a fact that the Black Library has a lot more books. Over 260 last time I had it. Oh, you know what? That might be 260 odd in the Horus Heresy files, which I'm like.
Well, like novels, you mean?
Yeah, novels.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like in terms of.
Yeah, but then again, TSR produced hundreds and hundreds of novels back in the 80s, so there's a lot of those too. So maybe they're probably about comparable. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. I do like Black Library. Probably, I would say probably D&D may have an edge. It'd be interesting to find out actually. Or for someone to find out and tell me about.
Well, I'll watch it anyway. I'll give it a try. What's the worst that can happen? Well, I watched that Secret Level episode and I didn't hate it. So, admittedly, it was just like 15 minutes of two Space Marines killing a lot of things. But
I mean, that is a lot of the value proposition.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, did you like Sharp's Rifles?
I don't think I've ever watched it.
No, fair enough.
I know of it, but I don't think I've ever seen an episode of Sharp.
Yeah. Did you ever read any Flashman books?
I've read a couple of Flashman books. Yep.
Did you think they were okay?
Yeah, they were fine. Yeah. I mean, I didn't carry on reading all of them because there's quite a few of them, aren't there?
Yeah.
I read a couple.
It's super about like history of the British.
They were fine. Yeah. I enjoyed them.
You might enjoy Typhus Kane, who is a commissar, which is basically a political officer that's supposed to keep the Imperial Guard in line. Right. You might find that like a nice book to get into because there is more than a touch of George MacDonald's razor with that writing. Yeah,
maybe that should be my gateway into Warhammer 40K. Should be the novels rather than the games.
And it's quite funny. So that's how.
Thing is, I always feel like I would enjoy playing Warhammer 40K, the tabletop war game, if I didn't have to do the whole miniatures collecting and painting side of it.
Understood. Yeah.
Just not interested. No. Well, I don't mind collecting the things.
You buy them and you play with them. It's the assembling, painting.
Yeah, just not interested.
What about making the army list? Does that appeal?
I'd have to try it. I don't know. The only couple of times I played it, literally, I was given an army to play, and it was a very small army that fitted on a smallish table, and the game lasted like an hour or so.
Wow, that's quick. Okay.
It was pretty small, and I quite enjoyed those. That.
I thought it may be a bit easier to get the hang of what's going on, so forth. You actually know what's up. Yeah. I mean, I'm very pleased with you. It's like there's a lot of material out there.
I had no idea what any of the lore was, what any of these like characters and creatures and figures and units were. They're just all weird names, and I was like, just give me a brief idea. And he was like, these are the tanky ones. These can move fast, and that's okay. Fine, okay.
There's a lot of the ground, absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway. What other news do we have?
I'm doing some stuff for charity.
Oh,
It's for an Irish charity, the Limerick Animal Welfare.
Limerick Animal Welfare, yeah.
Yeah, place in Ireland, county in Ireland, and it's called the Xmas Witch is Dead.
Okay.
It's a charity stream by D8 Dungeon. It's on Monday, 16th December at 8 p.m. GMT.
Mm-hmm.
So probably about 3 p.m. if you're on the east coast of America, and 9 a.m. if you're on the.
That's this coming Monday, isn't it?
Hey, is this coming Monday?
Yeah.
I'm doing it with a fantastic bunch of people who I've had a nice chance to chat with. And we're going to be playing with we're using Grant Howitt's The Witch is Dead.
Yeah.
So there is a talk of eyeballs being removed, but we are also all going to be cute and fluffy animals.
Is this one of the one-page RPGs? Yeah.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm quite looking forward to it. I've got my various silly voices that I wish to try out. So good time.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that's on Monday night. So how does that raise money for charity? How does that work?
Well, people will be watching it.
Yeah.
As the stream goes. There's five nights of these people playing. They're on twitch.tv/D8.
5 nights. Are you on all 5 or just one of them?
Oh, just one.
All right.
They had people for different stuff, and they need. Not everyone's prepared to make a complete tit of themselves on the camera like I am. So what you gotta do? So the idea is it's like that usual charity stream thing where have people playing the game, you can donate money to mess with them or to give them advantages. And that way you, the observer, may interfere with the story.
Oh, maybe I'll come along and just to make your life miserable.
I mean, if you're going to throw money at it, I'm happy to take a few bits to be messed around with if it's going to help out animals.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah, good times.
Oh, there's that thing about itch.io.
Oh yeah.
This week.
And who is it? It's not
Funko Pop.
Funko Pops. Yeah, so I was going to call it Furby.
Yeah, so it's
glamorous.
Yeah, so itch.io is like a fairly major platform which distributes a lot of tabletop RPGs, like thousands of tabletop RPGs.
And computer RPGs.
Yeah.
It is virtually a mecca of indie gaming.
Yes.
If you're into indie gaming, you should go there at least once in your lifetime.
Yeah. And it got taken down earlier this week.
Yeah.
Because Funko Pop's automated copyright systems detected some kind of copyright violation, spoke to itch.io's hosting provider's own automated systems, which took down the entire itch.io platform. Basically, 2 robots talked to each other and took down a major gaming platform without any human intervention.
Apparently, the humans tried to intervene and said, no, please listen to us. This is not what you think it is. And we're, of course, ignored.
Yeah.
According to itch.io, of course.
Well, apparently there's 3 different stories going on and they all contradict each other. Like Funko saying one thing, itch.io saying another thing, and the hosting provider, whose name I've forgotten, is saying something different. And they're all claiming that they tried to talk to the others but got no reply. All of them are saying that. Yeah, so I guess the truth is somewhere in the middle. Who knows? I don't know what actually happened, but itch.io was down. It was only for a few hours. It wasn't
5 6 hours.
Yeah.
It's still quite disturbing.
Yeah,
they might still be down if they weren't big enough to make a noise on social media.
So apparently there was a single kind of fan page on itch.io that got sort of I don't know, which triggered it.
It triggered the sensors of
or something like that.
Protection.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It's very, very silly. But the fact that no humans were involved in this all happened without the involvement of humans was quite annoying.
And this can happen to pretty much
Yeah.
Who talks about anything?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people saying it was AI. There was no AI involved. That's just like the press being a bit hyperbolic. It was systems. Not all systems are AI. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess, humans make mistakes as well as systems do. So, the fact that no human got involved isn't necessarily a guarantee that it wouldn't have happened. But it would be nice to think that, like YouTube has these copyright strike things that happen without human intervention as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. There's large companies do automatic trawls.
Yeah.
Through things and report whatever they think is appropriate.
It
all goes into a big wad to YouTube, which then takes it and demonetizes or rediverts the profits to these companies.
Yeah.
Which, for the indie creators who have their own songs, which they have recorded on their own, which is not the intellectual property of these companies, this is a significant financial blow.
Yeah, I mean, part of me just thinks it should be illegal to do that without any human oversight at all. It shouldn't be possible for that to happen.
Yeah, I agree. I think
like if you're going to do something that directly affects a person, at some point a human has to be involved in that process. Yeah,
and there might be a lot of looking through and clicking, but you know what?
Well, it's about cost, isn't it? People just don't want to pay people to do that. When an AI, well, not an AI, even a system can do 100 a minute, or more. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is yes, it costs money to do that, and it costs money to defend lawsuits. And they've done the math, and they've said, you know what, these people aren't going to be able to sue us for anything like the amount of money.
Yeah, it's going to cost less money to defend. Yeah.
So it's a big thumb on the scale to large companies, which again, kind of is the sort of thing where regulation is required.
Yeah, I think so.
It's the nature of the digital marketplace and the aging nature of government representatives, but people who are older than us and have, I'm going to say, probably less clue about technology, which we have demonstrated earlier in this podcast, is not great.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, but you get companies come back and they say it's not financially viable for us to do the right thing. But in that case, your business isn't financially viable.
Yeah.
If your business can only exist by doing the wrong thing, your business is not financially viable.
Yeah, or your business shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
I'm down with whichever. To be fair, I think they could try and do the right thing. That seems the way to go. And if it's well, we have an obligation to our stockholders to do this heinous and reprehensible act, then I guess having a law in place with sufficient fines to make can't afford to do this.
Yeah, because if the stockholders demanded you do something actually illegal, then obviously your responsibilities are different.
Yeah, to not
because
or to not break regulations, or to not incur absolutely massive fines until you stop it.
And I don't think that's that much of a big ask, just to say that a human gets involved at some point before action is taken against somebody. And all right, so you have to hire 1,000 people to do it, but you're a multi-billion-dollar worldwide corporation, so yes, do that then.
And user satisfaction levels will go up.
Yeah,
it depends who your audience is.
Yeah. Just tell.
Who are you moderating for? If you've got ads on your platform, you're moderating for the advertisers often. If you've got ads on your platform, you're moderating for your users. So I have to say it.
Yeah, well, anyway, it happened. And, I suspect more and more of this stuff is going to happen.
Yeah.
And, maybe at some point the law will catch up, or maybe it won't. Is it in the right people's interests for that,
You know what? I don't think we really should be commenting on current events. There are stuff that's happening which makes me wonder exactly whether this sort of thing is going to be continuing on. Yeah, but I don't really want to open that can of worms. That's for us. But people are getting pretty angry about the behaviour of corporations, expressing it in very final terms. So it is a thing.
Yeah.
But shall we move on?
Oh, yeah. Oh, should we talk about what characters people are building on Level Up Gateway?
Yeah.
Because this was fun.
I'm super excited about that. Tell me more.
Yeah, because we've got hundreds of characters have been made on there now. Over 700 characters have been made on there since it launched last week.
Well, it's not me doing it. Well,
Yeah, I mean, it's only open to the alpha testers from the original Kickstarter, so it's open to a very small segment of. But
that's not strictly true. It's open to alpha testers and the people with invite codes that they
and their groups, yeah. So we pulled out the data of what people are building, which is fascinating. So, have you seen this? Or
I have not.
Okay, well, I can tell you in advance that the most popular character type is a human wizard from the cosmopolitan culture with a destiny of excellence.
Okay. Wizards, always quite popular. Cosmopolitan, that's like lets you hide things, I think.
Yeah. And then it gives you a few skills, a few culture and history skills, I think, yeah.
Excellence is part of the destiny system. And it's one I go with a lot because it's very easy to moderate to get your inspiration on.
Yeah.
You just have to roll a natural one and you gain inspiration, which means that comes up quite a bit.
Yeah.
To, what was it? Vengeance, where you have to outwit somebody without using a skill roll, which is somewhat more tricky to arrange.
Yeah. So, right, heritages.
Yeah.
So, bearing in mind, there's only the Adventurers Guide heritages in there so far. No, that's not in there yet. So, human, obviously, at the top, but there's no surprise there. When D&D Beyond does these things, humans at the top as well. Guess what's at the bottom?
No.
Gnome. People don't like the gnomes. In fact, people don't like short heritages at all. Because the bottom three are gnome, dwarf, and halfling.
Okay.
So people don't like short characters for some reason.
I think there's a lot of stereotypes associated, which makes it feel hard for you to do things that are outside the normal those. But all right.
Maybe. Yeah. But in order, so humans are most popular.
Then elves.
Then elves, correct. Yep. Yeah. Third is plain touched. Yeah.
Dragonborn.
Correct. Dragonborn.
Well,
there's only one left now.
Oh, orcs then.
Yeah. And orcs, yeah. And then the halfling, dwarf, and gnome.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. So if you look at the top one, humans, 32% of characters are human.
Okay.
That's a lot. That's nearly a third of characters are human. Gnomes, 4%. It's over 7 times as many. People really don't like those gnomes. Oh well, 4 gnomes.
It's still a gnome show.
Yeah. And then we go on to the cultures.
Yeah, okay.
Now this is a little more different because there's a lot of cultures.
Yeah, there's like 30 on or
something. Yeah. So if we just looked at the top few, we've got Cosmopolitan is the top one. Then we've got Dragonbound, Circus Folk, Imperial, Lone Wanderer, Collegiate, High Elf, Godbound, Wood Elf, Forsaken, Mountain Dwarf, Caravanner, Settler. I'm only like a third of the way through. But
what are there any that stick out in terms of percentage wise?
No, it's quite a gradual line, that one. There's no great big sort of like humans definitely bump up on the heritages, but it's quite a gradual line, this one. So I mean, it goes from 0.4% at the bottom to 7.5% at the top, though. So it's a steep. I guess that's quite a steep line, isn't it? That's 14 times as many.
So who's getting like 5%?
So 5% and over, right? It's just there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 6 getting 5%. So we've got Cosmopolitan, Dragonbound, Circus Folk, Imperial, Lone Wanderer, and Collegiate. Interesting. None of the kind of OD and O5E ported ones, like the High Elf and the Wood Elf and the Mountain Dwarf and those ones, which were the ones that got ported over. None of those are in the top 5 there.
Yeah. The Circus Folk doesn't surprise me too much.
It's a fun one. No, I like that
one. Yes, the Disengage has a bonus action is very mechanically useful. To put it mildly.
Yeah.
It's like, all my fighters are slapstick fighters, what are you going to do about it? And the Lone Wanderer is you need a generic option for if like people are like I don't like any of these. That's what they do. That's what
Yeah.
they do. Well,
Yeah.
This heirloom weapon, if I recall correctly, as well.
Yeah. So that's cultures. Then classes.
Important, but otherwise,
Classes. So, well, we already said the top one was wizard.
Yeah.
Want to guess at the bottom? The worst one? The one people don't like?
Fighter?
No, that's second.
Oh, excellent. That's exciting for me to hear. I'm a big pro fighter fan over here. Oh, okay. What about the martial?
No, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's fifth from bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ninth from top.
Oh.
Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Right.
Yeah.
You've got 14 classes. You've got Artificer and
Artificer's not on there, so we've got 13 classes.
Okay, the GPG stuff. GPG 0 didn't make it in.
Not yet. No, we've literally only the Adventurous Guide classes and only up to level 5.
No. Okay. Yeah. So where were we? So which wizard fight? I'm really struggling because like.
Should I just tell you? Should I put you out of your misery? Bard is at the bottom.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Bard closely followed by Druid.
Right. Okay. That is pretty unusual, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm surprised.
What's the difference in like percentage? Like, because it's split 13 ways. So
the wizard's at 15.7%, call it 16%, and your bard is down there at 4.5%.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's not as steep as some of the others, but it's still a good sort of just over 3 times as many. 5 times as many. No, 3 times as many. Yeah, 3 times. Yeah.
Because if we split it as a percentage, then we'd expect about 7.7. Everyone liked all the classes equally. So
yeah.
Just pretty random. We'd expect something like that. So,
it's interesting. The top 5 has 4 of the 4 sort of like traditional cores. So wizard, fighter, rogue, cleric are kind of like the traditional 4 core. And the top 5 is those 4 plus the adept. Which is interesting.
Yeah, okay. I was a bit surprised because in the games that I'd done pre-gens for or offered like people make their own characters, adepts have been super popular. Like, well,
it's the only one to break into those top 4.
Yeah, well, top 5.
Yeah.
And it's over 7.6%.
So the cleric's at 7.4, and then the adept's at 8.1. So the adept is above average. The cleric's slightly below average.
Right. So the adept sort of shunted out the cleric down a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that list in total goes wizard, fighter, rogue, adept, cleric, herald, warlock, ranger, marshal, berserker, which surprises me. I would have thought that would be way higher. Sorcerer, druid, bard.
Yeah. I think it's probably because, like, in terms of, I think combat maneuvers is doing a lot of this. Fighters are just better at combat maneuvers. More better. It's pretty sweet. And berserkers are still fun. They're effective.
Not very effective.
Yeah. Like they'll still get the job done, but it's not like in basic 5e where you got a fighter because you want that feat at level 6. Otherwise it's a bit lackluster sometimes. But it's all pretty exciting. So yeah.
Well, when you compare it to D&D Beyond, when they do this, fighter's always at the top. Human fighter is always the top one.
Yeah.
Whereas we've got human wizard.
Yeah. So what do you feel this tells us about the sort of people going online that back level up?
Well, I think it also tells us that people are just kind of trying it out and trying different builds, and they want to check out the spells.
Yeah.
How the spell system works. I think there's an element of that in there.
Yeah. Well, that's fair enough. And like the wizard, it's pretty good, but like didn't really have a lot of changes. Like it was probably the least changes.
Yeah.
The whole signature is doing spells.
Yes.
Which they do well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. And the final thing is destinies.
Yeah.
So that started with excellence at nearly 20%. At the bottom end is Dominion at 4%.
I don't even know what Dominion is, so I'm not that surprised, to be honest.
Well, we've got excellence, devotion, knowledge, revenge, underdog, metamorphosis, chaos, wealth, Dominion.
Yeah. That in no way surprises me, I'll be honest. I'm like, I know what most of those does. I know why I would go with excellence just as a default if I couldn't think of anything else to do, because it's just very simple to pass and understand.
Yeah. Sure, I'm finding though on Gateway, it takes me like 2 minutes to make a character. So quick and so easy. Even in a system that's ostensibly more, more in depth than
Similarity, more complex.
Yeah. It's I'm like doing it in 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, I mean it's really nice piece of kit.
No, we're talking level 5 characters here, not like a level 1 one. In 2 minutes I've done it,
2 minutes, nice.
Yeah, you make your level 1 character, then you level it up. Because we were playing in our Thursday night game last night, got to the end of the session, and the GM was like, all right, should we just like half an hour to level up? Well, I think we need half an hour. And then like 45 seconds later, everyone's like, yeah, I've done it. It's so quick and easy on Gateway that
it was like, that's good.
And this is going up to level 3 as well, involved choosing an archetype as well in that 45 seconds. So it's so much, like such a difference having this platform.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm glad you're pleased with it.
I am pleased with it.
I'm looking forward to it getting bigger and more complex.
Oh yeah, got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do.
Get this online to the general public, and there will be someone banging a little tin drum about it. Spoilers, that person's me.
It's so slick though. It's just that it is as good as D&D Beyond. It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, making D&D Beyond the first time was probably like really hard. And making something that's like D&D Beyond with some of the people I think that were involved with D&D Beyond, or
no. What with Level Up Gateway? No one's been involved with D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay. No, I think there was someone that was talking to you at one point, but no, my bad.
No.
Excellent. So, looking good.
Yeah. Anyway.
Are we ready for crushing, depressing bad news?
Oh, God. Go on, then.
So, there is the European legislation, the General Product Safety Regulation. That's coming into effect on the 13th of December.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I've only got like somebody's interpretation of it online. They would like to say that they are not a lawyer, but the stuff I've seen is just like, I can go, oh, goodness, this is pretty bad for indie TTRPGs. Not great for Amazon either. So, Yeah.
Do you want to explain what it is, just for people who don't know?
Yeah. To the best of my knowledge, and bearing in mind I am not like a lawyer, a legal professional, or indeed, I suppose I am technically a European citizen, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a new set of regulations that comes into effect for consumer products sold in the EU to see if they're safe, whether they're physical or digital. Some of it has been criticised for maybe not being the most clear or well thought out. So if you're selling things into the EU, you've got to consider this GPSR, as it's called. So that includes printed books, PDFs, game materials, dice, merchandise, apps, or any product that reaches EU consumers. So things you've got to consider, you've got to make sure your products are safe to use. There's no sharp edges, there's no toxic materials, misleading instructions. Any game tools like dice tokens must compose safety standards, especially if they're marketed to children. So, like, I don't know if people have come across those metal dice or like ones with extra fine edges, but yeah, like, don't give those to kids if you can't really consider this, because like that is not good, and you can't now. It's illegal under European legislation as of today, in fact. Printed books, let's talk about TTRPGs. Printed books have to meet basic quality standards, like no faulty bindings or errors that could cause physical harm, like pretty much the definition of low risk. Digital products, you must ensure they're free of harmful code, functional, accessible in all European Union languages where they are sold. And that is probably going to stop me from being able to sell PDFs into the EU. Like, I can sell you books, but I can't sell you PDFs. It's a big problem, and like, I don't know what they're thinking. Like, I quite like reading an ebook or two. I know Amazon's quite a big seller of ebooks, so now Amazon is going to take on? It's going to stop selling into EU. Is that what they're planning? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know how all of this is going to shake out. There is regulations about how you have to have a representative in the EU, not in your own country. They've got to be they've got to be in the EU, who's basically a representative of your company regarding these things, and how that's going to work. I suspect that bit won't be that much of a problem, because I think it will be an extra cost, but I think it will be a small one, because what you'll get is just people who are just a representative for 5,000 companies. You'll pay them a token amount, because it's rubber stamping, really. It's never going to come up. you know, it's like
if you're doing like PDFs, and
they're never going to have to do anything.
Yeah, like their job is just collect money off you every so often.
You'll just get companies in the EU that will just like take a sort of like minimal annual fee, and
I mean, you say that, and it's like the one that Russ and Daggerheart are recommending online. They are charging €20 for registration, and then €10 per month thereafter.
Yeah, but you'll get competition with that. That will go down.
I would hope so. It's
because
that's a lot of money. €120 to rubber stamp thing.
Yeah,
like not that just like eat away at profits of any English. So this is terrible news for us.
Yeah. Interesting stuff, huh?
Yeah, I think it's the lack of being able to sell PDFs into the EU. I mean, I think like having a complimentary PDF with your book purchase is probably something that would work. But yeah, if they're not buying a physical book, then it's a problem.
Yeah, I can see how that would be an issue. I wasn't actually familiar with that aspect of it. You brought that to my attention, to be honest.
Yeah. Yes, it is squirreled away in a little link, which I will grab and put into the show notes that we are putting together for our listeners, which we'll put into our little chat thing that you can see. Yeah. I'll just post that now, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, one difficult post there. Oh no, that's going. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, no. So it is a problem. Don't know, really. I can deal with the physical books and PDFs, but like going forwards, I'll drive through RPG. They're just going to tell you, oh no, sorry, you can't sell to someone in the.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to look into it. I'm sure there's probably a way around it, but I'd have to look into it and see. Yeah. As I said, I've literally just heard about it this second. So
yeah, I mean, I suspect the intent is so that if you're selling something with instructions, which is what they're thinking about, then those instructions are available in the languages in the country that's received as part of safety for those countries.
Yeah.
Well, good. That is solid thinking. Well done. Love to see it. Great. My problem then comes when it's like, well, yeah, but I've got a PDF which is about role-playing games. And they're like, what's a role-playing game?
Yeah.
Yeah, nightmarish.
Well, we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah. Because translation services are not cheap.
No.
I'm sure there'll be like AI gibberish put out, but I will point out to people that are thinking, well, I guess that's what we'll do, that AI is not good at this sort of thing. It's not good at languages that aren't English.
You don't need AI for a translation service. Like Google Translate's been around for donkey's years. That's not AI. It's just a.
If you're going to rely on Google Translate to translate your role-playing game book, I guess you can.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's going to be good. I imagine it will comply with the regulation, but I'm sure it's not going to be good.
Yep. There you go. Provided without warranty. Like, don't buy. I don't know. I'll have to have a think about it, because obviously I've got my stuff going out next year.
Well, I assume what you could probably do, I mean, again, I'm guessing because I literally have not seen this regulation, but what you could probably do is you could put it out in English. You can basically say to people, look, this is an English language book. You buy in the English language. The regulation says I have to provide a translation for you. So here it is. It's crap, but still it meets the thing. But don't look at it. Don't read it. Read the English language book. If you can't read English, don't buy it. I guess is what you have to say to people.
Yeah, no, which
You know, the only reason that translation is there is to meet the regulation. It's not expected to be used. It's
not great. Yeah,
it's not great. It's not great at all. But I think that's I don't know. I haven't seen the regulation, so I can. That's my instinctive response to how you would address that.
It's certainly something that the industry is just crying out for guidance on, especially because it's coming up to Christmas as well. So
yeah. Well, all right. Well, I'll dig into that, and maybe like in the next show we could talk about it in a bit more detail once we both have actually, because I'm kind of so much guessing at the moment that
so much guesswork, no guidance. It's it is a problem.
Yeah. Tell you what is more exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Lego is exciting.
I am excited by Lego.
Lord of the Rings is exciting.
True.
Helm's Deep is exciting.
These are all things that are exciting, yes.
There is a 150,000 piece Lego Helm's Deep with a entire Rohirrim army, which sounds really awesome, and I really do kind of want it. I mean, it's got over 1,700 figures to depict the battle, and then 150,000 piece of like the Helm's Deep kind of diorama, and it's got ladders and walls and towers and siege engines and the cliffs that go. It's gorgeous. I mean, oh man, it's got the Uruk-hai, it's got the elves on the walls, it's got the whole lot. It's enormous. It's so big. I don't even know where I put it, but I want it. Yeah. There's also a Barad-dûr one as well, which is it's only 5,000 pieces but that exists as well.
Totally.
Yeah.
Does it let you have an enormous force of broken around the orcs have afterwards?
I am sure. Yeah. Anyway, slightly more cheerful.
I'm sure this Lego is for children. No, I know it's controversial, but I feel that really they're not the target market.
Not for something like this, I don't think. No.
Fair enough.
This would take so long to make, and you would need a room to make it in.
Absolutely.
I do want it though. I don't even know how much it costs. I don't even dare to look. There's a Minas Tirith as well, I think, but I can't see the price. I don't know how much it costs. It's just probably a good thing. Probably a good thing that I don't know how much, because I'd probably get very sad if I found out how much it costs. It's probably hundreds, isn't it?
If you're seeing change at 300 quid, I would be surprised.
Yeah. I don't know. It looks amazing though. Anyway, I thought it was slightly better news than European regulations stopping people selling PDFs.
Well, I thought I'd shout it out because it did feel like quite relevant news.
Yeah. Right, what else we got? Daggerheart. They've revealed the covers of the core set, which is pretty cool. There's like a box which has the cards in it. There's dice. There's a GM screen. And the covers sort of like a gold and purple kind of swash across the front of the hardcover. It looks very pretty, although it looks like a box of chocolates in my mind. I look at it and I think Quality Street. Yeah, take a look. I am thinking this looks a lot more like a box of chocolates than a role-playing game. But here you go. Have a quick look yourself.
Daggerheart or set covers revealed.
Does that not look like a box of chocolates?
Oh. Well, look, all I'm saying is that the lady loves milk tray.
Yes, right. Yeah. Milk tray is what it looks like. Yeah.
Not Quality Street, definite milk tray vibes.
Yeah.
Okay. So look, it's a rich purple color. That's good, and the outside has got more yellows on and so forth. I think they're going for some sort of dual picture yellow and purple. It's not bad, and like it does look like a high quality product.
Yeah,
or high quality street product.
Yeah, I do like Equality Street.
Cover. It's got it's vaguely like some sort of chrysalid out of XCOM being ridden by maybe a mad frog, and there's like giant elf heads in there. And it's all facing down some guy who bears a certain amount of resemblance to a Skyrim chap, if you ask me. And they've got like, I don't know, mage who appears to be doing some semaphores, bring them into land. Yeah, it's a cover.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of colours. And again, they've got a split between sort of a bright colours and a dark colour. So that's inverted from the actual box itself. So
It'll be really interesting to see how well this does.
yeah, I'm sure it will sell like gangbusters.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
A lot of people wildly excited. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people keep saying it's a D&D killer. It's not going to do that. It's not, but it is. It is. I think.
How's it going to kill D&D?
Well, you know what I mean. Like, it's not going to be a rival to D&D, but it is going to be like probably one of the top leading non D&D RPGs, I would imagine.
But yeah, I mean, it's certainly got the space for like all the cards and tokens that you need. And from what I understand, that's quite a lot of both that you do require. Good. I think they did focus quite a lot on good character sheet design, which is important. So yeah, I'm interested. Let's and like I say, it's like got nice art. I like the style of it as well. It's quite a modern, quite the new modern pseudo cartoon style. But yeah, good stuff.
Yeah,
I don't see how it's going to displace D&D because it's just like not that different. Yeah, I can see it displacing a lot of D&D maybe, but in terms of like sheer raw wattage of tons of books and so forth.
Yeah, no, it's not going to do that.
It's not in the same weight class. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to be. I would guess it's going to be sort of probably not quite Call of. I think if you probably goes at a guess D&D Pathfinder Call of Cthulhu probably. I guess so. I reckon it's going to be around Savage Worldsy kind of level. Yeah.
Like, I mean, it sounds like we're talking smack about it. Okay, we are absolutely not. I don't know. I think it looks like quite an exciting book. I think there's a lot of people excited about it. It's going to do, by the standards of TTRPGs, really, really well.
Yeah.
It's just like the sense of scale that you would have to be able to effectively take on D&D. It's like, no, that's...
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
exactly.
Sorry, it's just like maybe if it was like this big back in the 2000s or back in like the 90s or 80s or whatever, yes, sure. But not now. That's not a thing. Sorry.
Yeah. But it's going to make its mark on the RPG landscape, though. It's going to be it's going to be a thing for sure.
It feels like it could well be influential. I think it does have some really good design, and we're looking to see some excellent ideas.
Yeah.
Learn from it.
It's got like its hope and its fear dice, hasn't it? And yeah, I'm kind of interested. I'd be willing to give it a try and play a game of it and find out.
Would like to find out more.
Yeah. Hey, do you know there's an Evil Dead 2 Kickstarter for 5e? Yeah. Not Evil Dead, but Evil Dead 2 specifically.
Like that does actually make more sense to me than you might expect. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's on Kickstarter. It's got like 9 days to go. It's coming up to £40,000 or about $45,000 with 9 days to go. It is from Linvander Studios, who I'm not familiar with, but they've done board game stuff like Buffy and Divinity and Cowboy Bebop, Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that. So they've done a whole lot of stuff like that.
So they got like a good track record.
Yeah, in the board game market, I think they're probably, quite well known. I'm just not personally know anything about board games. So, but there's done a lot of sort of big board game licenses. But this is their RPG wing.
Yes, yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. So they've done like 3 Kickstarters in total. So they did one, which is Legacy of Mana 5e. one which was called Imaria Animaria 5e, but that got cancelled because it didn't get funded. And then this one, Evil Dead 2 for 5e. So, zombies, another zombie game. I mean, it's been a few zombie games recently, I feel like. I mean, if I'm looking at the page previews, it's gorgeous looking. Very, very pretty. Proper, blood splattered pages, full colour art. It looks very nice.
The art style doesn't grab me quite as much, I suspect.
Yeah, it's cartoony art.
Yes, I think that's fair to say.
Comic booky, maybe? Is that the word I mean?
Maybe. It feels a bit flat. I mean, I get some. I mean, I'm personally not a fan. It's not bad art. It's definitely not artificial intelligence art. It's done by an artist. It's got a consistent, strong style. If you like it, you'll probably really like it. You're wrong because it's a matter of taste.
Yeah.
That's my take, but yeah, looks like good art. I guess I'm a little put off by the subclasses that they got going in here. It feels like that is less of a 5e hack than, say, the Lord of the Rings stuff. So you've got a real, you are basically playing 5e, but with an Evil Dead skin.
Yeah.
It feels like it's going to be super close to that, with a lot more spells and stuff kicking around.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see how they manage firearms, because that seems to be part of the deal. Yeah. And they got, I guess, the Ash character is a hair trigger barbarian. First ask never. So, they got some good looking art. Oh, I like some of the black and white art I do like. That appeals to me. So, yeah. Not sure if they're going to manage shipping to the EU for these PDFs that they got on offer, but maybe they'll just risk it for risk it. Start off at what, $25 for a PDF? $60 for a hardback book, presumably PDF as well. Yeah. They've got a core set with metal chainsaw dice, a dice tray, a bag, a GM screen, and a tactical map of the Nobi cabin. But that will set you back about $162. That's a bit of a leap in price. They're doing, oh wow, the Dispel dice without the books, $257 for free sharp-edged edging right. I'll say that again, using my words this time. $257, free sharp-edged resin dice sets. Yeah, that's gonna be falling short of. That's gonna be falling foul of the GSPR.
Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Yeah. I am a little surprised. I would have expected this to have taken off a little bit bigger than it has. I mean, it's doing okay. Don't get me wrong. I thought Evil Dead's quite popular, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, big cult following. I even enjoyed the TV series that they put. It's quite good. Yeah. Oh, UK, you will need to pay 20% of your total price plus shipping VAT.
Say that again.
They got a section on VAT and taxes.
Right.
So for the UK, which obviously I was looking at first, 20% of your total pledge plus shipping and VAT. Your pledge will be shipped from the UK. All right. You'll not pay duty at time of delivery. EU, you'll pay.
But it's a book.
I am just reading what they're saying.
Okay. I mean, books are famously VAT free.
Books are famously VAT free. Maybe it's you know what, Russ? I have no idea what they're thinking. Maybe they've had bad advice. Maybe they know something I don't. But...
Well, a lot of the stuff isn't books, though, I suppose. I guess, but still.
Yeah. And it looks like they're proposing to ship from Australia.
I got to say that sort of adding VAT afterwards is not. It's not the customary way you do it.
This is
You include sales tax in product prices.
I mean, $60. I was assuming that was going to come and complete with taxes, but this is US level. Went to the store rubbish going on here. No, I'm not. I was thinking about it. I'm just going to say no right now. Because and would you do VAT on PDF? I suppose, but no.
Anyway, I just thought it was interesting. Yeah. The other Kickstarter I thought was interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Mongoose have got this was on a backer kit, actually, not Kickstarter, have a Traveller one, but this is an audiobook of a Traveller supplement. which is interesting. I mean, it's not done massively. It's only made like $3,000.
Yeah.
But it's the audiobook of the third Imperium, one of the Traveller supplements, professionally narrated.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just think this is really interesting that they're doing this, because it's not audiobooks of role-playing game books isn't a common thing.
Yeah.
But maybe it should be.
Yeah. Would it be? Yeah. Would it make a big difference? Like,
Well, you can't use an audiobook as a reference in game.
yeah, no, that's fair enough, actually.
But you can read it initially, like you can listen to the
Get the gist of what's going.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it comes with like soundscapes and music and all that sort of stuff as well,
Yeah.
which sounds useful.
I do like the idea. That's not a bad one.
Hmm. Yeah, well, there's a company called Audio RPG, apparently. I've not heard of these guys, but they produce high-quality audiobooks of your favourite role-playing rules, source books, and adventures.
Okay.
So,
Pretty interesting.
yeah, I'm just trying to think how I would use that. I think, I don't know, can I listen to rules being read out? I don't know that I could.
What if you had difficulty getting to sleep?
Well, then I wouldn't hear it because I'd be sleeping. I mean, it's an accessibility thing, of course.
That's good.
Yeah.
And for some people, like, I know, it just depends on, like, for me, it would be super hard for me to be able to do that. But for other people who are used to listening, retaining information that way, I can see it being a really amazing way to get into a book that, like, maybe...
Yeah. You couldn't use it as a reference in any way, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but it's like, sometimes it's about getting the whole of the rule set.
Yeah.
Which, like, because some people can sit and read a game book cover to cover.
Mm.
And I am actually not one of these people. I can't do that.
Mm.
To pop in, get the bits I need, and as I do that, I sort of build up a picture of the book until, after some time doing this, I actually know how it all fits together. But to start at the beginning and work through to the end, it's just not in me.
Well, they're not designed to do that. They are reference books. They're not novels, you know.
Well, some people apparently do that, and I've always felt like a bit inferior, to be honest, because
I don't think that's actually why. People access information in different ways, don't they?
Very much.
I don't think these days I could do that. I think as a kid I used to, but these days I don't think I could do that. I'd look up the bits I need, definitely.
I mean, that's very much how I roll. It's like, if it's not in like little bits at the time that I need, then I'm struggling. Yeah. The only problem with doing it that way is that I think it's harder to pick up a new system by doing that, because you don't know that you haven't read bits. If you don't know they're there, if you know what I mean. Yeah. If it's like, if you're using a source book for sort of like 5e or something, you know that the archetypes chapter, what that's going to contain. You know what the spell, that sort of thing. You know how that works. You don't need to be told what the structure means. Yeah. But yeah, audiobooks for RPG source books. Yeah, fine. I mean, could I interest you in an accessibility aid?
Sure.
Whack it into the show notes for you. But what you're going to be looking at is you're going to be looking at Dots RPG, in fact, that's the name, Rail Dice.
Okay.
So it's your standard D20 sets, by which I mean D20 to D4, including numbers in between, including the D10 and other platonic solids. And they've got the numbers in Braille.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Very good idea.
They have the numbers, I think, raised, and they also have visible so that other people can look at them as well. But there you go.
That is an excellent idea.
Yeah. So they got this going out. So for Braille Polyhedral and Fate die as well. Like let other people get in on it. So yeah, so that sounds good. So
yes, Dots RPG.
Yes.
.org.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Yeah, so that's pretty sweet.
I backed a Kickstarter for a dice-like product.
Oh yeah.
I have been trying to cut down on Kickstarters.
Yes.
Although I did back that new DC Heroes box set, and I backed Discworld, and I backed Sly Flourish's City of Arches. So I've backed quite a few recently. Damn it! I failed. Anyway, so this one.
I also back Sly Flourish's City of Arch. Yeah. Some sort of Moria City of Arches mashup.
Yeah. So this one is called Cardyhedron. And basically, it's like a credit card sized thing with little wheels on it. And each one of those is a different dice, D4 up to D20.
It's like spinners, isn't it?
Yeah, little spinners just on like a credit card sized piece of metal. Yeah. Oh, that was quite a cool little idea. So I've pledged for one of them. And I thought I'd just stick that in my wallet and then I've always got dice on me.
Yeah.
I need them.
The selling point. And no, fair enough.
I mean, they're not ideal. If I need to roll like 12 D6.
Yeah.
It's not great for that because it's like one spinner for each die. But if I need to roll a die or a couple of die,
yeah, just like in case you find yourself trapped in the lift and need to get that game going, you got something to do. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I have some vaguely comedy news. I have some vaguely sad news.
Okay. Well, let's start with the good news.
Well, I didn't say it was good news.
All right, comedy news. All right, start with the comedy news.
So, as was alluded to earlier in this podcast, Games Workshop has hit the FTSE 100. So the Financial Times decided to do like a little bit of an article on them. And the pitch they chose, well, it was definitely a choice that they made.
Okay.
In order to, it feels like you haven't seen this, Russ.
No.
So I'm going to send you through this link.
Okay, let's have a look.
Yeah. And
Financial Times, try unlimited access. I can't.
you can see the picture behind it.
Oh, some beholders. Gotcha. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And tell me, who do beholders belong to?
Well, not Games Workshop, that's for sure.
No, they do not belong to Games Workshop.
Yeah.
For the premier tabletop gaming company in the UK, which has just recently made the FTSE 100, the Financial Times decided, what better way
to illustrate this article is to include a picture of D&D. Yeah.
Somebody else's game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great job, FTE. Great job.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Like I say, vaguely comedy, although not that funny, I imagine, if you're Games Workshop.
Oh, they probably don't care that much.
I imagine they might care a bit. Yeah.
Well, it's not like it's taking away business from them, is it? It's just
it's just rude, basically.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well,
if your face was to appear on, like, I don't know, in the financial pages now, to use, like, I don't know, a different Morrissey as your picture.
You're talking about Neil Morrissey, obviously, the actor. Who else could you be talking about? I can't think of any other Morrises. There are no other Morrises.
Exactly.
Yeah. No other Russells either.
Indeed.
No.
Russell Crowe or Neil Morrison. Well, that would be the AI version of your biography.
Russell Brand and Neil Morrison. No, that would be.
Oh, wow.
God, can you imagine?
It's so much worse.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if you Google my name, I do tend to come up first because of that combination of Russell and Morrissey, or Russ Morrissey. But you also get a lot of Russell Brand, and you also get a lot of the Smiths Morrissey coming up, which are two people that I don't want to be mistaken for.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, don't grow your hair long and you'll be fine.
Don't grow my hair long and don't take up a music career and become super Brexity.
I think you're pretty safe.
Especially on the music career bit, because I cannot sing.
Oh, really? But you're into the Brexit. Russ Morris cancelled live. Russ Morrissey cancelled live in his own show.
Right. Anyway, yeah. So what was the sad news then?
The sad news was Wizards of the Coast related, which is
the
Hasbro brand. They have decided that Magic the Gathering isn't going to want a safe play space at future Magic cons.
Okay.
So Magic cons being.
So what is this? First, what is a safe play space?
Safe play space is like a place where they've got arrangements for neurotypical people and who are a bit shy, and timid about playing Magic because maybe they never played it before and they just want to like play with people in person for the first time.
Yeah.
And I came across it randomly. I was like a bit sad about it because it seems a bit hard, really.
And that's something they've traditionally provided, is it?
Yes. Now they've done it, and now they're taking it away. And it's just like, okay.
They said why?
The Hasbro has not provided an announcement. The BML, which is the name of the competition organisers, they are according to their Blue Sky page, they're a fun-friendly and competitive tournament organisation for people of marginalised genders within the Magic the Gathering community. TV/BML MTG have said they're not getting they cannot do it further.
But they haven't said why.
They've been told there will not be space for us to have our safe space at future MagicCons. So there's no space for them to do their thing.
Oh. Okay. I'm sure that's a venue issue.
It does sound like it, but there we go.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's sad. That is sad news. You're correct. It is sad news.
I mean, not hugely relevant to tabletop gaming, but worth shouting out.
Yeah. All right.
Hopefully, I suspect, due to sponsorship being withdrawn, maybe. I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know.
No, not me. Anyway, so.
Yeah, I think we're kind of coming to the end of the news, unless you've got any more.
That
Voltron RPG isn't taking off the way I thought it would either, as well. Voltron and Evil Dead, two licenses which I thought would be quite... I mean, it's doing okay, again, don't get me wrong. It's $86,000 with 10 days to go. So it's doing...
If I was doing $86,000, I'd be doing that with flips, mate.
Yeah, but this is Catalyst Game Labs, and they're quite a big company, probably used to sort of like bigger projects.
That's less than £68,000.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still got 10 days to go, so they might pull something back up. But yeah, I haven't really seen anything about it. It's not something that I'm super aware of, because it's quite an old cartoon, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, 80s, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. So maybe they're just not getting the nostalgia pounds in the same way that Monty Python or Pratchett.
Yeah, or maybe it's the time of the year.
True.
It's just before Christmas. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, our Kickstarter just finished, and ours didn't seem to be affected by the time of the year. We came in at like just over £100,000, or like $130,000, I think. I'm not sure what it is in dollars.
Yeah.
Monstrous Menagerie 2. It got fulfilled last night within 1 minute of funding of the Kickstarter ending. As is our way. Yes.
Neatly skipping around the need to have a whole bunch of dodgy Google Translates.
Yeah.
Well, who should we favourites?
Yeah. Have you got that one yet?
I was a contributor.
Yes, you're waiting for your contributor's copy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to getting it. I actually brought my 2-year campaign to a close on Wednesday night.
Oh, the Silver Kingdom one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Due to personal circumstances, I wouldn't be able to offer such reliable games, so we decided to finish at the end of book 1. There's definitely scope to go and do some more stuff, but that would require maybe a bit of a break. But yeah, so they fought Seraphi, who, because of the unique composition of my group, the Crimson Wardens, aka Team Punch, turned into a half demon, half dragon midway through to go, because I made Seraphi an elite. I mean, Russ, I'll be honest, mate, it's like CR21 elite, right? Did it make a blind bit of difference? No. Like, just got chomps. It was like, wow, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, but to be fair, they put in spade work. They've got the true name. They've got like the quiver. They've got the hammer of vengeance. They've got the coward's map, which wasn't relevant.
My group totally stomped Siroth.
Yeah. Was it 3 rounds? Or was it less?
About that? Yeah. About that.
I mean, as I say, I went with 600 hit points, and the final blow meant that they did about 730 points of damage. You know what? Crits with an arrow are kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Crits on 66 poison. Yeah, that's going to get the job done.
Yeah. So what are your plans? What's your next gaming plans?
Well, my big focus at the moment is getting my book, Crafting Heritages, Cultures and Backgrounds, and more world building, getting that out to people. I've sorted that I've got an artist commissioned and ready for the cover, so that's good. And I've got a structure, and I'm very excited by a lot going into it.
Yeah.
In terms of gaming, I'm looking forward to Contingency next year, which is in January. It runs from a Wednesday to a Sunday. Myself and my floor going there.
Yeah, it's a long one, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping to get in the region of 40 plus hours of gaming done.
Wow, that's a lot of gaming.
It's a lot of gaming, but it's like part of the joy of games Contingency. You can just fill your boots with.
I dare say for me, that's too much gaming.
I'll have none of your weakness.
Yeah.
What can I say? Nothing exceeds excess.
I guess.
And this will be very exciting for me because I really like playing games. It's just a really strong way for me to fill up my gaming batteries and get on with doing excellent stuff. So yeah, those are the main things. With respect to the role-playing game club, I'll be recruiting for some officers to help me run it and do some of the things I've been doing and take some of that off my hands to look at recruiting and some to look at keeping everyone happy.
Yeah,
it's all doable. It's just a lot.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, I think we've probably come to the end of the show. We're out of news, and it's coming up to Christmas.
Yeah.
The poll for most anticipated RPGs of 2025 will be up probably over this weekend, early next week. It's just a question of me going through the thread and putting them all into the poll. So that will be up soon. So you'll be able to sort of vote over the Christmas period, and then early January we'll be able to announce the winners right here on this show. How exciting!
Next week we've got the final 2024.
Wow, and then it'll be 2025. How did that happen? Amazing.
It's a long way to get.
Yeah. All right, should we get out of here? Should we go and have a weekend?
Sounds like the name.
Okay, we should have Jess back next week. Yeah, and we've also got possibly some exciting format news early next year as well. But we're going to try it out ourselves first and see if we like it first. And then if that's okay, then we'll announce some possible exciting format news.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. Right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
All right then. Au revoir and bye bye.